Hi.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Hi.
Thank you, Burek, what's a chmurek? I already played 3 matches of the league I'm in right now, yesterday. So, I'm 2-1 in the league currently with the Teferis, and they're being pretty decent for now. But I think it's also a little bit of a meme card, so it's somewhere in between. Hi there, Canister. I was steered here because I'm a new Titan pilot. Well, in that case, I can provide you with a wealth of resources. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find a detailed video. Not the normal one, you'll find a detailed video where I talk about Amulet. Specifically a version with Through the Breach, which was kind of a gimmick for a short period of time, but it also contains a wealth of general information about the deck. So you can watch that. On top of that, if you subscribe to my channel and join the Discord, you can gain access to a sideboard guide for the current Amulet version as I would play it right now. With the dignity of like few cards. Amazing, I for sure need the help. I haven't done very well at FNM. It is a process to learn the deck for sure. Might take a while. Also getting used to all the stuff. But that is, you know, how I can help you. Modern is so hard unlike Pioneer. Well, I haven't said that. But I think an Amulet deck requires a relatively high amount of getting used to. Bros, is this artwork a reference to this artwork? Oh, Lanor Elves and Elvish Mystic. Is Elvish Mystic a reference to Lanor Elves, artwork wise? The like framing? I guess it is, right? It would make sense. I mean, they just like the same composition, and since it's the same card, it kind of makes sense. This is a perfect Essica's Chariot situation. Board state. And Canister wins. So my opponent was able to go land, Blood-Tide Harvester concede. Yeah, average mono green draw. That was a pretty good draw. My opponent didn't have anything. So I don't sideboard the Hydra. So I just don't sideboard. Whoa. Forgot to crew super fast, so Kiora thinks Chariot enter as a 4-4 through. It does say 4-4 on the card, so. Is Cultivator Colossus just a win more card? In Amulet, it is not a win more card. I think it adds to your win rate often. Although it has downsides too. I think the first one is an easy inclusion. And the subsequent ones don't work so well because it's very vulnerable to dress down. And somewhat situational, which makes it so that it's not great always, but the first one is pretty great. I think it changes, especially with hardware battlement. Like it is like the Colossus is also what means that you don't have to play non-hardware battlements, ramplants. Is he actually taking girls to the candy shop? Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I think he might be speaking about, well, sex. I'm not sure. Why is it lagging so much? Is Rakdos and Pioneer based or overplayed? I don't see why both couldn't be true. Oh. Oath of Nisa, why do you do this to me? No, you're yawning today or glimpsing. As you see, I don't, as I will be playing Pioneer for today. Nice preorder. Preorder free to the bottom. My favorite. Time for Liliana to crush me. No, just a bone crusher, so you can just hit land, and write this and land. Whoa! Kira is actually better than a land here, unless I get Dreadboard, but... Well, assuming I top deck a land immediately, of course, because otherwise it is not better. Land. Sort of. Welcome to the Kiora shop. I am Karn the Great Creator. And mine is to get a treasure trove. Bolt.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Now I need to draw a forest because otherwise I won't be able to cast my Caballero. But it's still winnable, despite the problematic scenario I've been put in. Land Cavalier, then Cavalier again, then flashback Graveyard. Storms, very winnable. Let's go. Oh. Okay, no more winnable, I think. I'll take Chariot. I mean, if they don't do anything, they just played Sokenzan, so they might not have anything. That's not quite nothing. Also, selection for the next turn. Combi Papas, thank you for your subscription. Well, Fable's nothing but lets them draw better somethings. Is the problem. I am dead on board because I drew the shock land through. Can't play green land in current sideboards. Yes, you can't. Or rather, no, you can't. It is not possible. Awesome hand. Even have an oath to cast my stupid Teferi. Who slows down the sunset. They take oath. Teferi. Probably either of those. I doubt it's going to be Wolfulu Haven. I guess if you take oath, I can't cast a fairy, so it's pretty good to take oath. I think the fairy is not even a Sigma male move, it's like a little bit of a bitch move. I took the fairy, which is awesome for me. Just really good for me. Next turn I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 devotion, so 6 mana. Let's take Kiora. If I draw land, I will be able to play Kiora before the storm. Of course, might get pushed or fought seized. Well, then I prefer to take Kiora too against fought seized. Taking the fairy over oath here is such a weak move. What a nerd. What a nerd my opponent is. Can't quite play Kiora beforehand. Oh, you could. Kiora on top Wolflow Haven. Use... Okay, yeah, you're right. Well, in that case it was better. Yeah, right, you're right. I was like, yeah, I can untap Nyctos, so I can't play the Kiora first, but I could have actually. Hit extra Nyctos is so... Get lair. The extinction event. The extinction event, let's make them not kill Karn. I think that's probably the only worrisome card. They do have extinction event. Pretty strong sweeper. So I got this. Probably should have counted. This is 2 mana. What's the best cyber plan red black has got against mono green as Rakdos player? This matchup feels unwinnable. I'm not sure. Uh, yeah, statue sounds solid. Not sure. Best place Ginger is saying that it's half and half. No, I'm not sure it's statue. Kinda don't have much stuff if I statue. I could also call down back a Karn and a Teferi now. Then if they go blank me. Let's take the statue. Then we still have the lair. They just go blank me. I have lair for significant. I could have enchanted with Nykthos, I think, and that way I would have actually cast Storm from the graveyard this turn. I play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. No, Graveyard Trespasser. Sure, well, we can animate statue and lair, and that's fine. Alright, won. Like red black, we lost the game, so how the games that red black wins go?
He's a phenomenal
It's mono
control
green
player.
mulliganing. Thank you very much for 5 gifted subs out of the blue, Florent Dune.
He's a
Very
phenomenal
nice.
control
Very
player.
based. But how does red black
He's
win
a
the matches?
phenomenal control
The
player.
way they win the matches is when they are on the
He's
play.
a phenomenal
Mono
control
green
player.
mulligans. Bone Crusher Giant gets to kill an elf.
He's
So
a
that happens on
phenomenal
the play,
control
really.
player.
Only. So be on the play. Guess what deck was the loss? I played against Elves and I got destroyed. Free Kiora, weird champ. I find Kiora to be a legendary permanent that tends not to die that easily. And drawing multiples of which is really bad, so I really have no desire to play 4 Kioras whatsoever. And for the combo purposes, a diversity of planeswalkers is actually stronger. Like Nissa Vital Force is actually the same as your fourth Kiora. So don't weird champ me, just think for yourself instead of being a lemming who repeats what they read on the internet saying, oh yeah, good card in deck equals 4 copies. Because good equals 4 copies. No further thought. That's my advice. That's strong. I can still get to Bone Crusher my elf. Oh, Kak carries a Skyship right there. Now my Kiora is going to be dead on the next turn. I still should play it. Ragavan in Pioneer? Huh? I only parrot things I hear on the stream, exactly. I feel like I would rather play the Nyctus. The other card seems like it's just gonna die. That the Teferi is just gonna die. Canister is being attacked, not even Kiora. The Ember cleaving me? No, that feels wrong then. Mm-hmm. That feels okay then. I mean, yeah, I can win. You get hit by Ragavan once, and it was enough to sport a Hydra over a Teferi who slows the sunset. I feel like he doesn't do too much against mono red, mono green, mono red. Or maybe I should cut Nissa Vital Force for being a 5 drop, but she at least makes a 5/5 blocker. The queen is dead. Rough. Imagine still having a queen in 2022. Couldn't be Britain. Still got a queen. It's Pokemon, of course. True. I'll keep this. I probably should have cut a Karn over a Teferi. I think Teferi does more than a Karn actually. Because Karn is at its worst against those aggro decks. Just sits there, draws you cards which you don't have time to spend. Although with the removals in my deck, it's much better. Also, etchings of Kumano is unfair. Look at my fucking F6, bros. Whose idea was this to put those, to tamper with this? It worked perfectly fine. Bros. Oh, I'm sorry, Canister. It is low priority for us to add the weeb version of Wandering Emperor, but to destroy the UI and make it unusable, it is our high priority. We are going to spend very much time on it.
He's
Paying
a
tons of
phenomenal
attention to make it
control
harder to
player.
navigate Magic Online.
Lee 2. Ojzais no moja. Tigestes jackstroviel si trabasenik, tentilko si dawi, katosi strasil. Jish pinosk twa w kalegios dobi widziapij ye, boteskni po tobi.
That was an odd play with fire, I guess. Thank you, the Examiner Irenashi, for your sub. Tweet about it so you can get a response. Probably should. Alright, don't block. I want to have the devotion for Nyktos. 5 devotion. 6, 7, so 8 mana, so you can get Chariot. Why right click then left click when you can have it on keyboard? Because I like it to rest my face on my other hand. Which I can't if I have it on keyboard. Imagine not liking Chariot. It's useful a very large, very often, very large portion of the time it is useful for me to have the Chariot to grab. Like, you kinda often end up at exactly 8 mana, my experience. Meow! Oh! Safe for exchange, I still have the Chariot itself. Try to block this, I think. As it can tap to deal a damage, while this can't. Alright, so I have traded Chariot for 4 of my opponent's cards, which is quite helpful, I think. If Kumano's on board, Chariot will go to exile. True, we can grab the Chariot again. But I think it's statue. I'll play second card note. And I'll grab the Pestilent Cauldron. The first one to put my opponent in a lock. Statue kinda funny with 2 bone crushes in exile. Why is it funny? Spells your opponent cast cost 2 more to cast. It costs 2 more to cast. Anything special about it? That's something I'm missing. So now on the draw. Alright, I guess submit. Let's keep the cards with the reasoning that I have the cheap removals under my cards. Hi Kanye, are you playing the NBL tournament on Paprikash today? I'm not playing anything on Paprikash today. I will be traveling and I'll be playing tomorrow and Sunday. What will you play at Paprikash? Asking for a friend? I don't know yet. Don't have a deck I'm super excited to play, so any consideration for Skylasher on the draw as a way to trade with their early creatures? I have considered that slightly, but decided against it, but maybe should have decided for it. Will I spend a lovely week in Paris? Well, I'll spend 3 days in Paris, 2 days in Paris. Attack. Okay. What? Opponent. What you doing? Why you would not ping? Like, I get you kept a one-lander. And even then, seems infinitely better to ping the elf than to not ping the elf. Also, why did you keep if your only play is Fanatical Firebrand? I think my opponent's mulligan button just broke.
He's a phenomenal control player.
The_mock, thank you very much for your subscription. Am I bro now? Sure. It's gonna go all the way with this. It's like a guaranteed 2 draws, 2 card draws. It's fine. I'm a tough guy to an extent. Not sure if I would classify myself as a tough guy. Alright, now they can't attack. Will they ping? Now they're saving the Firebrand for the next game. What the fuck, bros? Maybe wait or force better. Yeah, my opponent's playing a Raging Goblin. Despite playing in Pioneer. Not sure if Raging Goblin is legal or not, but I think the 1/1 goblin isn't too bad. Given the existence of Llanowar elves in the format. Oh, they killed it. Damn. How good is Liliana the Valiant Pioneer? We can try to play a few matches of red-black. So I don't think I have had a Pioneer player play Liliana against me yet. Timara double Nissa is banned, right? No, she's not banned. I play her occasionally. Nobody else likes the Nissas and nobody else plays them though. But I play Nissa Vital. Well, no, actually I've seen Elusive Vital Force. Ah. Oh. Where are Nyctos, I ask? Mm, mm, mm. Wait, I make him the creature? I guess to untap them. I didn't kill the combo. I didn't have the combo. How do I attack with all? I feel like I can't lose if I don't attack because I can't cast spells. No Timeless Lotus in the sideboard. You think I should run one? I mean, I'll play Gilded Lotus instead. Timeless, right? Probably also a joke. Bankbuster is good and it's also a source of black mana for the combo. Because you combo and then you eventually like use it for ice, untapping with Kiora, and you get the win. All I want for Nyctos. If I use Chain Veil, then I'll untap Chain Veil. Or not. Probably not. Music is awful, okay. I play weird, but that's because of the triple Eidolon bros, and because I haven't drawn Nyctus. Those are the only reasons, I promise. No Modern Horizons Modern. I don't know if that's attractive. I think that's kinda lame, actually. Well, Timeless Lotus wouldn't yield an infinite combo, I think, because Kiora needs to untap it and within a second. After mana, I'm not sure if that's my best play because I'm afraid of dying to some shit. Yeah, I could current statue. Just kinda okay too. Not sure if lame is correct to define the modern pre-MH. No, what I mean is that it's like a lame premise. Because the premise for a no banless tournament is that new cards that normally are not allowed are available to be played, and in no Modern Horizons modern, it's just like less cards. So the process of building decks for no banless modern is that you like think of an idea and you're like, whoa, and this band card I can play, whoa, and this card I can also put into my deck. And I can also add Skull Clamp under my Urza Saga, and I can play Mental Missteps in the sideboard. You know, this type of exploration, a positive exploration, while it is only negative when you making the opposite no banless modern. excuse me, super boundless model, and you're like, oh yeah, I can't play this deck because this card was printed in MH2. Alright, so I can't play this strategy, it doesn't function. I can play this because there is no solitude, but then I would really like enjoy an endurance for my deck, this type of things. So I think it's a much worse tournament at making people excited to participate in. And also like as a one-time thing, I think it's a weaker show. Even if you are one of the people who believe that Modern will be better with no Modern Horizons, that's kinda far away from now, I think. Bros, I think I have sideboarded out my Nyctos. We have found a Nyctos, bros. You can pop off on the next turn. I think we have Teferi as... I think we put Teferi back after a mulligan, so Teferi would be 1 off of Nissa, 2 off of Nissa. 5th from the bottom. Nissa Vital Force, lol. What's so funny about Nissa Vital Force? Gandalf will be a 2-mana Teferi. Maybe. I guess could be like the Godzilla cards. Reskinned in the future. To be like... Teferi, but then a small font Gandalf. Shall not cast spell in instant, funny. Somehow this game has taken 12 minutes more than it needed to. But the Eidolons really made it. Slow for me. Yes. Canister wins the game. I think the Teferi is fine when cast, and it does help with comboing sometimes. But I don't think I would play... Like, I think I could see playing just one. Because the same is true about Nissa, Nissa number 2. They both untap Nyctus. This house takes the ward only once, but it's typically fine. They work against Shakioras in your deck for the combo. That is kind of what matters. Then Teferi goes actual infinite pretty quickly, which is fine, but it seemed groundbreaking. What really is nice is Glass Casket Portable Hole on the sideboard. I'm not sure I wished for them this league, but they seemed potent. Yes, I guess I did against Vampire, and it was actually useful because had I not exiled it, it would have killed my Karn after Extinction event, has cleared my board, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think the extra planeswalkers are just better than the meme Polucranoses, etc. I'm playing Citadel because I'm playing Nissas, yes, and I had the Indestructible Land come up, while I never had the treasure making ability come up. Any mono green players in the chat, have you ever actually made treasures with Treasure Vault, and how was it relevant? Because some people say that's for the combo, but it doesn't actually work. On the combo turn, you most often need to commit your land drop to something, and then there is also no need for a treasure vault to be black source when Reckoner Bankbuster is your source of a treasure while comboing. Run Skylasher, one Hydra. A friend did it once, sure. In that case, we have one instance of a witnessed cracking for treasure vault usage. So not too much. If I had the storybook version, I would also consider playing it over that. Anyways, the upside is quite marginal. You could play Elves 2, More of Green Devotion, or Rakdos. New poll. What to play in a Pioneer League now? Question mark. Rakdos with Liliana. Elves 2. Mono G Devotion with Teferi. Mono G Devotion, I guess it's enough. It's one Teferi. Goblins. I don't have a Pioneer Goblins list, and also I'm not sure Goblins is really a deck in Pioneer. I don't think it's gonna be one. Format Pioneer, Typeline, Goblin. Search with those options, sorted by mana value. Can I try to build a 60 card Zur? Theoretically I could, but I have little desire to do so. I'm not sure Zur is like a powerful enough of a card either to really play. It's pretty powerful, but it's also a free drop with no ETB that you need to pay mana to gain more value. And turning Leyline Binding into a creature is actually a double-edged sword, right? Because it makes it die more easily. So there is Fanatical Firebrand. Square Prospector. So the 1-drops for the Goblins deck look not so good. I have not tried Ascendancy with the new elf, but yeah, we talked about that. That sounds pretty cool. But I don't feel like building a new deck right now. Father Street Denizen could be acceptable, yeah. I guess. I'm not sure how many you're gonna have enter. What does Snoop do in Pioneer? It plays your goblins from the top of your deck into play. Battlecry Goblin is not too bad, honestly. I mean, Snoop being a 2-mana card is not too bad to be an experimental frenzy in a goblins deck. But Battlecry Goblin is pretty solid, I think. Attacks. Why have we have Ginger play Rakdos each and every day? Why is it even in the poll in the first place? It's because I have to. I want to play Pioneer before the Pioneer tournaments happen, but nobody ever wants to watch me play Red Black, and I don't really want to play it. Like, I don't really have much desire myself to play it because it's a boring mid-range deck. Whoa. Free Goblin. Haste. It's powerful. Play under League with Paradox Engine. Sure. Unfortunately, Chats only wants to meme. There's also another Lord. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. Metallic Mimic. You don't need to play Metallic Mimic. Warcry. What was the name of the card? Warcrying Goblin? No. Battlecry Goblin. Hardling outburst. That looks so bad. Yeah. One drops are not so super. Siege Gang, you want to add me 5 drops to my deck with no free drops? Just suddenly add a 5 drop. Sure, why not? Rabble Master, mix tokens, I guess. Well, Fable's a goblin, but it doesn't do anything in this deck. If your curve caps at 2, why would you want a 3 mana treasure maker? I think it drops in value. Oh, there's also Squee. Rabble Master actually has a downside in this deck, so I probably don't want to play it because it just like it's worse than it usually is. Squeep a sideboard probably, I guess, as a grinding card, and then Rabbleman. Probably no Rabbleman, but Pile Driver instead. I can play 20 lands with a curve like this. Where I play Onion for inspiration. Yeah, it sounds similar. Or I build a lower curve deck. No Embercleave. It is a token deck mostly, so not much to Embercleave. I'll not play this deck, but I can goldfish this deck for you. What won the ball? It's the Elves. Those Elves too. Don't forget best goblin, then of the bugbear, lol. Too bad I forgot. For goldfish purposes, it's not right. It's not quite needed. To keep. We deal 1. Then we Pald River. 2 damage. Then go Rundwald Hordmaster. 8 damage has been dealt. Turn 4 mega kill. Minus 15. Awesome deck. We keep. Lead on Foundry Street Denizen. Then let's go Pal Driver. Then we go and we turn 4 kill again. So we always kill on turn 4. Seems like. Literally every time. Turn 4, so obviously we kill now. Even missed a goblin. 8 damage. Okay, so we managed. Let's try the 4th time. Let's see if we attack for lethal on turn 4 again. Oh, we have to move again. Maybe not. Ooh, move to 5. Got to keep. We also played from like more than a 5 cards. From 7 cards because we are always on the draw. Pile driver. I think I also played a pile driver on every turn too. Thanks for the raid, Timmy. Alright, turn 4. As prophesized. Even if we move to 5. So anyways, let's play a league with Elves too. Does Cape Prospector actually do anything? I have Rundwald Hordemaster, so I can sacrifice goblins to draw cards, kinda, but it also costs 1 mana. Maybe there's a better 1 mana. Maybe there's 1 mana. Maybe there's literally a Raging Goblin. Maybe it's better. Pioneer, where's Pioneer League? Here. Goblin aggro, let's swap. To Elves too. And let's go. A 1-lander, huh? Probably wiser to mulligan it. Alright, move to 5. Nice game. Alright, let's play just game 2. Play more forests, Kekv. I have 2 forests in my deck. I don't think you need more because Field of Ruin is uncommon. And if you have 2, you're mostly safe from it, I feel like. Yeah, smalling the fast hand was a mistake, that's true. If I kept it, it would be okay. Just found out about Goblin Kaboom East. Create a colorless artifact token named Landmine with air. Sacrifice. Deals 2 damage to target attacking creature without flying. Then flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Goblin Kaboomist deals 2 damage to itself. What a design, bros. Insane design. Chat, is this card better than Glimpse of Nature or not?
He's a phenomenal control player.
30 months of great content.
I guess it's not, because Glimpse of Nature, pay 1 green, then you draw X cards, where X the amount of creatures you're going to cast this turn. And this you pay green mana to draw a card, and then you can repeat it. So it's not quite, I guess, the same. Blue-white control. Which lord should I play? I think Clancaller. Doesn't Leaf Crowned Visionary provide enough card advantage so that you don't need Coco so much? Realm Walker. Well, is it a punishment to play Collected Company in my deck? I find it to be actually pretty nice. It's a pretty great card. Okay, punished for taking the wrong lord, I guess. But yeah, I don't feel bad for having to play a weak company in my deck. I actually actually like company. It's based. Too bad Tivar doesn't make the cut into its own tribe. It's just a shitty planeswalker. Doesn't do anything, so it does not. Detonation Sphere. Curious. Super punished for not playing the Visionary on turn 2, bros. You ruined it for me. I would have drawn two cards by now. Well, not 2 cards. I would have drawn 1 extra card though. What makes me think there is no company. There's no sweeper, and it would also stay consistent with their play earlier. Can get War Master and Harald. Can get Harald and Leaf Crown Visionary. I think Harald and War Master is more bored. No current market series in the future. What do you mean? We suspended? Check the War Master. Being more board presence. At control verdict, I guess it's a bit tough for Elves. They actually do have the verdict, but it seems like they do. No tournaments anymore. Were there tournaments actually? Or were they just Germany local? No Johnstar only funds in the future, thank God. How do you target even? So I get to attack with 4-4, 4-5-3. So I think we just rather play the Mystic and draw. Realm Walker is not good in this deck. I think Realm Walker is fine, but also I prefer my free drops to have immediate effect rather than rely on untapping with them so much. So Harald just seems like a better version of that effect to me. Okay, now even if they sweep, we can company, rebuild, or play just Clancaller War Master. And then have company available. Awesome. So I think we won the Sylvan Messenger. And I think we want Reclamation, Sage, and Thoughtseize. What do we not want? Shaman of the Pack is kinda weaker, because it only works when overextending. Josh Para Sentinel is weak. Then we need to make 3 more cuts. If we want to fit it this way. I don't really want to cut the Elves. Why do we play the Dream Druid in the sideboard? To swap my Steel Leaf Champions for it against Mono Green. When they don't kill your creatures. Or like when you need to be fast. When they don't kill your creatures, then against no interaction, against combo decks, I'd also bring it in. Honestly, maybe I want to cut down on Clancallers in the matchup. It's awkward because they have the ability that searches each other up, but you know, it's not gonna happen in this matchup. Oh, cut one Elvish Mystic. Scoos can be cool to eat up the Luges. For sure don't want Scavenging Ooze in the matchup. I think it's a low value card and they're only slightly graveyard dependent. Well, they're not graveyard dependent, only slightly graveyard synergistic. Haven't seen the stream in a bit. How's the deck feeling? Feels okay. Like, it feels like it's mono green devotion, but it has actual advantages over mono green devotion. The way it is. Let's play a Sea Leaf champion. This could be Doomscar. I'm not sure if they do play Doomscar though. But if it's a Doomscar, then this kinda pressures them to play it, and you can play the other champion. Or not, we just deal extra damages. They don't really play D-Sphere either. Yeah. Now Fotsies against the Foretold card, not so good. It also has disadvantages. Yes, yes. But also, like, I'm not saying it's because I think intuitively you could think, well, why ever play this over devotion? And I think there is reasons. I think double visionary is what I lean towards too. Is Twans Allied good enough? Yeah, maybe it is. It's on like within the cards I consider, but it's weaker than Elvish War Master. For sure. And I wanted to play the Visionaries to help me hit land drops. With 20 land drops can be a bit tough at times. Two companies hope to play me through my opponent's stuff. So they could sweep. Ideally, I would have Fotsy Steel if champion afterwards. Fortunately, Blooming Marsh. Blooming Marsh and Lair of the Hydra, it's kinda much. Go attack with Steel Leaf champion into the Emperor. Or do I just attack that Emperor next turn? Attack seems weak. I think I'll take this turn to company. We will rock you. Okay, seems like no sweeper if they do this. Good day, chatters. Good day. Pick up. Teferi. It'll be fun if they minus on Silly Champion. I can just put it back into my into the battlefield of the company. But they like have to suspect that I have collected company. Given they passed with 5 cards in hand and 4 mana up. Shaman of the Pack drains for a lot. 2 lords though let me attack through this pretty easily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They go to 9. They take 6 from this, and they take probably lethal, right? They take Shaman of the Pack. I think Freddy Mercury would enjoy Gachi. I guess they have 2 mana ups. They don't. It's not clear that we actually get to kill them, but hopefully. Not sure if I should have boarded out Shaman of the Packs. Not sure if the Sylvan Messenger is even any good. I keep drawing companies, and company helps with stuff, generally speaking, but... So sad Queen died. It was my favorite group, yeah. True. Okay, exiling the champion by exiling an absorb. We see 2 lands outplayed. So if I company, let's say I had 2 lords, then they have to block a lot. If I still leave champion and draw, what attacks can I have? I can attack the Teferi with those 3. The Teferi lives, though. Can attack with this too. Can hit Shaman of the Pack number 2. I think we'll company. Point is empty-handed. I only have 1 other Shaman because I bought out a 3rd one, a 4th one, but I regret it now profusely. Well, I guess I don't really beat a sweeper anyways, because the planeswalkers stay on the battlefield, so... I think I'll just get 2 silly champions, but if they draw the sweeper, it really doesn't matter. Like, if they find a sweeper in their 2 draws, then I will not beat anything, so... I'll just get 2 steel leaves to make sure that we kill them next turn. Elves seem like a really cool deck, but we don't use the new Lord a lot. I think the Lord ability comes up a decent amount, but the effect is pretty rare. Was it foretold the entire time? Oh shit. Forgot about the foretold card. Well, that makes companying here much weaker if we suspected that. No, I can't win though. I absolutely forgot they had this foretold card like that. I think the mechanic is kind of an awkward one. Because you set the card aside and then it's so easy to forget about it for players, especially when it's a mechanic that's just randomly on a few cards. What do I think about the matchup? I think my deck struggles against sweepers a little bit, and my opponent is also playing Doomscar, which is good against my Thoughtseize, which I wanted to use to protect myself from the sweepers. Sure, blame the mechanic. No, I'm blaming myself, but also I think the mechanic is objectively a little bit bad. Could try to kill them with the Hydra in 2 turns. Well, I could, but I would fail. True, the UI is also a bit not great. Because you look at your opponent's hand size, and the card is hidden here, in this. Elves versus Merfolks. I think that often favors Elves. This is a game where we're going to be drawing with Leaf Crown Visionary, bros. Stock Blue has 1 Doomscar, 1 Behold, 2 Saw It Coming. Then they got me good with their stockness. Actually letting my opponent kill my lord before I draw a card of it. Kinda sad. Could trade for 2 creatures. I don't really want to trade though. I'm probably gonna kill next turn. Sectoring not lethal. I forgot I can activate. Could have failed push to break up their synergies, but I think I just go bigger than them, and I think this is a matchup where I want Circle of Dream Druids. They're playing blue-green, so they won't have much removal either, and I think I'm kind of favored in that scenario, so I will not sideboard the pushes. Sideboard card. Keep. Black Shaman. I played the card Reverse Rebuke in the one Pro Tour I have top 8 at the paper one. I had it in the sideboard for grindy matchups. Well, other maybe board stolly matchup. Oh shit. This shit is overpowered, bros. Why do they have such cards that actually just freeze my elves forever? Let's play War Master to spend my mana. Hopefully I will keep drawing lands. If I plan on winning this game, I think it needs to happen, so I will assume I will. Or maybe I trade and free my elf. I free my elf. That was actually a super bad block because they have a flash lord, right? So I'm better lucky than good that they have a flash lord now. Isn't there a merfolk that freezes your creatures? Well, there is a merfolk that freezes my creatures. It's literally in play. Nice mana base, thank you. Puts great amount of thought into building it. Timebinder Mage seems not so good against mono green. Devotion. Kira's follower is a 2 mana untap something. Can I untap something I control? Yes, I can untap my Llanowar Elf if they're so kind. New Elf Lore is 2 Devotion. You are indeed right. Wow, freezing my land destruction in standard. My opponent's name is Boy Triton, so like Triton is a merfolk creature, right? So I'll just play out everything. Yeah, Merfolk and Pioneer seems just not much reason to play the Merfolk and Pioneer, right? Because the Lord, I don't know, the creature my opponent just played. Maybe they have Nykthos and they use it in some powerful way, but here would go at 12, make Lord. Go to 6, play Nykthos. 4, 16 mana, use twice, attack. Master, oh yeah, they have Master of Waves as a devotion card. I don't know, it's kind of a messed up card, but also not really. If it has protection that's relevant, then it's maybe messed up. Also, bros, are you going to be playing Lorcana, Disney's answer to Magic the Gathering? 30 years late. The first card for Disney Lorcana, the ambitious new trading card game from Ravensburger, arrived today at the D23 convention, Anaheim, California. They include 7 characters from across Disney's nearly 100-year history of pop culture dominance, as well as 1 card of Mickey Mouse himself, exclusive to the convention. Wow, already exclusive, boys. Can be worse than Magic the Gathering TBH, true. Cruella de Vil, that's how it's spelled. The thing with those like IP card games is that it's very hard to make it so that Mickey Mouse and what's like the most popular Disney character, Winnie the Pooh, are gonna be the most powerful cards. So like the most powerful cards are gonna be like the reindeer from Frozen and uh, the dinosaur from Toy Story, which or the car from Toy Story, and they're gonna be like random. I guess it's not this Toy Story even Disney. Pixar Disney, sure. Yeah, so I think it happens very often in those games because it's hard to make it happen this way, and like the designers tend to design the iconic characters as flashy cards, but that would work if the game was Commander, but it's like then the competitive aspect is some like unknown characters or very minor characters that get the best cards because they happen to be the most efficient, right? Maleficent 7-5, Storyborn Villain Dragon 9, Dragon Fire. When you play this character, you may banish chosen opposing character. Robin Hood, Feed the Poor. When you play this character, even opponent has more cards in hand than you, draw a card. Sure. You'll be sorry. When this character is challenged and banished, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. And Mickey Mouse, 8 mana, 5-5, evasive. Sure. Shift 4, you may pay 4 to play this on top of one of your snitch characters. This could be magic cards almost. Bigger issue I see with IP games is how do you make new Mickey Mouses? I think, well, I just make new versions. Like Pokemon trading card game has like 50 cards for every Pokemon. They just print new cards and it makes it pretty confusing for writing down a deck list, I think, but you just make, Mickey Mouse and I don't know, Mickey Mouse in a pirate outfit. Or just make another card named Mickey Mouse. Like there is 7,000 Pikachus in Pokemon TCG. Pokemon TCG, how many Pikachu cards are there? Pikachu has been featured on 196 different cards since its debut in the base set of Pokemon trading card games. So you just make new cards. I think that's not a hard problem to solve. This is the list of all the Pikachu cards. No, 196. What do you think the up arrows are on cards? Up arrows? I mean this? Maybe rarity. Could be rarity. Those cards seem cheaper and simpler. And those cards seem like bigger cards with higher costs, so makes sense that they're uncommon or rare. And then this has some kind of a shift mechanic where you play it on top of one of your niche characters, so it's probably super rare. Because that sounds like a complicated mechanic. Pikachu Sigma. How do you read this? What letter is that? It's not Sigma. Pikachu Delta series. It's steel. Why is Pikachu steel? Because it's Delta series, I guess, explained itself. Bloodborne? Storyborn? Storyborn? Dreamborn? Storyborn? Dreamborn. Villain? Pirate Captain. Captain is a type? Dreamborn Hero Queen Sorcerer. Fine, Cruella is just a villain. Nothing else. What's our keyword to unique cards ratio? Pretty high. Yeah, you can have Elsa Snow Queen and Elsa, I don't know, Elsa sitting in the tower. Maleficent Monstrous Dragon, Captain Hook Forceful Duelist. I think... I'm not sure. In Pokemon, I think you can still only have 3 Pikachus in your deck. Despite there being 196 different versions, your decks can still only contain 3 Pikachus. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, because I'm not exactly sure about that. They have different names. Shopping Pikachu. I don't know if Shopping Pikachu counts as a Pikachu. What is it, shopping? Just fruits. Is hero like legendary or something? Seems like cards just have types villain, hero, and then you're gonna have tribal. You're a villain, monsters do something, and then you're going to have villain decks versus hero decks. Will you become a Pokemon Fire Red Iron Mon streamer like Zach Elsig? Probably not. Mickey Mouse, the same color as... They also have some kind of a symbol here. I'm not sure if it's just a color symbol. Robin Hood doesn't have reach, but rather... I guess it does have reach. Digital. No mention of a digital online. No mention of online client. So I guess we don't know anything yet. Let's play under much. If they release an online client, I would stream Disney card game at least a few times, at least once. I hope it will have combos in there so that you just go Alright, extend my Lilo and Stitch to draw card. Just get sponsored for it through playing as Gigantas. Could be Sacrifice, which probably would be a bad matchup. Also, I think this is going to be the last match of today's stream, as I have to pack to go to Krakow to play in the weekend tournament, so... Why are the TCGs all about fighting and winning? When will a TCG be about kissing and generally having a good time? There's probably something like that. The most mechanically unique TCG I played was Android Netrunner, which was... I guess it was like still about conflict, but you were not comparing, rather you were not fighting like with your cards, you were not summoning monsters with cards, but rather you were, it was how do you say it, players had different card pools. It was uneven, not uneven. Asymmetrical, yes, so the players had different cards available to them, and one player was cosplaying as a so-called runner, trying to hack into a corporation's defenses, while the other was trying to do a different thing and try to protect their interests. Lords kinda suck. The trainer is back, right? And as a digital client. Is that the case? I don't know. Should they print Queen Elizabeth in the next Commander Legends? Probably. How do tournament matches work in Netrunner? You play 2 games and you switch sides, I think. So it was a little bit weird because it was best of 2. Yeah, you could have just had a 1-1 score in a match. And then the tournament proceeded like that. I'm not entirely, don't exactly remember how it worked fully. This says Netrunner and it's now in official continuation of the game. Alright, I guess I'll check that out. I've seen a little bit stuff about it. But I have a few huge binders of the Netrunner cards in my closet, which I haven't opened in a while. I think we can beat Mayhem Devil, which is a little bit of a downside compared to the Devotion build. You did great, smiley face. I can't wait to see you in Paris. Thanks. Did great when? Though. Can you believe Yogi beat Kaiba on the very first episode of the show? Yes, because Kaiba was not a villain of the show, he was a rival. Just a different role, right? Papengo is a rival too. It's not a villain. Weatherly completed. Don't think I can ever win. Bro, why you keep stealing my stuff? It's really so hard. Gave me back my card. Sounds really fun, which member? Nie wierzga się tak, no. Pasolku. Why steal again, bro? Stop. I choose death, bro. I'd rather die than play against you. Weatherly I had played it all, for sure. Seal of Champion is actually kinda bad. Against the steel effects. Otherwise my deck is not that weak to steel effects because all my cards are shit. So if we board out Seal of
He's a
Champion.
phenomenal control player.
But in Rexage. Picade Lord. Maybe we'll have this messenger. Not sure. I'll try to go fast on the play. Ooze seems not so good. Does fairly little. Kato. And Owen, okay. People are like, oh yeah, Fury pushes out tribal decks in modern. Bros, tribal decks are just weak to every form of interaction. Fury has nothing to do with it. This is like a contender for Sophia. I don't think it is. Fury doesn't help. Well, sure. Play Shaper's Sanctuary. I mean, maybe it is legit for the matchup. Because I don't know how to trigger. How to. I mean, it's pretty bad. But maybe it's legit for the matchup. It does not have once per turn clause. Every time Mayhem Devil pings a card of yours, you draw a card. Thing is that the Mayhem Devil can also ping you. And adds up pretty quickly too. Imagine how would the game be if players actually, instead of having 20 life points, they had 20 toughness. And would just regenerate at the end of turn. Would that be better for the game, maybe? Or worse? Dupasa. That would suck. Yeah, that sounds like a burn player. Na na dupasa, na 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 sa. Na dupasa, dupa dupasa. Bro, my creature has menace. It should kill a Fable. I don't know. I don't think so. Good draws.
He's a phenomenal control player.
2
Okay, we
months
can
of
win this
premium
game.
gaming, D.
Shaper Sanctuary may be actually somewhat legit. Thank you, 666. Ban is 66666. Really nice nickname. A Steel Leaf champion of the company is kinda legit. Fable looks uber bad in the matchup for them. Maybe Steel Leaf champion is better than Elvish Clan Callers. How is the deck feeling without Realm Walker? I have not played with Realm Walker, but feels fine. Obelisk of Urd spacebar question mark. It's an option, but I think a rather weak one. It's not really a very desirable effect of the combo. What if I push the card now?
He's a phenomenal control player.
Seems not to do anything. Naming a king a name so close to Herald, which is typically the person who announces the king, is kinda cringe. NGL. True. It does sound like you say Herald, not a king, but he's a king. No more devils, please. Please. Just play some top lands, grab some Giganta. Alright, time to take some severe pain. Or not. Is Pioneer currently the best constructed format? The best at what? Oh, it's a 2 to equid attack, but I got cancel block for free. So I actually don't want to attack. I think Pioneer is a format, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it's the best format. Ah, it seems like Red Lag is not so scary if you can push their Mayhem Devil. Their deck does have some low power cards, so they drew Witch's Oven and Cauldron of Time. I play the green pathway, so they play um second Lord. Or two War Masters going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get a second Lord. Yeah, there's streaming Vintage. Like I stream Vintage on weekends, and I think that's enough Vintage. Also, given the amount of interest in Vintage. War Master gives me a Shaman kill very quickly. True, but the Lord gives me a damage kill very quickly. Even with the like changes, there's still people win trading. I think it's kind of not ideal to play 4 Llanowar ways. I do take a significant amount of damage some games. Not sure if there is other lands to play, but there is the slow land, but it's kinda not so good. I actually lost a game once to the so-called Wind Trader Dredge. Dude. How was it? What did you feel? Easy, bros. Can just beat Sacrifice with Elves like that. Maybe they like can't your creatures can be destroyed for a turn card is not actually so good to counter sweepers, so bad. Heroic intervention. But I always cringe when I think of that. Maybe the wastes can be dark for pathways. Yeah, maybe the black pathways, that's true. You probably at least some of probably like -2 Painlands +2 pathway. Check this funny clip. Alright, if it's not gonna be funny, then you're fired. Why is the clip funny? What is the song singing? Just the fact that it's the music playing? It's pretty funny. Is there a selfless spirit affecting green, or is that an only white thing? I don't think there is a creature that gives you indestructible. Its name, Heroic Intervention, then. It is a mythic that is at least green, older than this, costs 3 or 4. Alright, let's give me a 3 mana mythic. Or a 4 mana mythic that's green. Can be Oko. It's kind of contextually funny because they did the same exact thing with Prince Philip. John Dragon Mythic. John Dragon Mythic. 3 mana token Nissa. Has to be 2 colors, bros. It's green, but something else too. An Offensa works. So it's a mythic legendary creature. Older than Khans. It's green-black. And costs 4 mana. It could be green-black third color too, I think. Oh, you know it costs 4 mana because of that. Could be green-white too, true, I guess. Polukrans is 1 color, bro. We know this card is not 1 color. It's a legendary. So let's go to Alara and let's find a 4 mana green legendary creature. Well, we know it's 4 mana exactly, right? Because we know it's yellow if we type 2. Jarad. Jarad should work, potentially. It's from Return to Ravnica. Did you know? Or did you guess? Golari Leech Lord. Even the promo version from Izzet versus Golari deck, which was the first magic thing I ever bought. And then I showed up to NFNM with the Izzet deck, slightly modified, but I had a brainstorm in it. Well, Jarad did fit. Pretty good guess. We got there in 3. Not super often that we get there in 3. Had Nimbus at the Firemind, Kilnfin, Goblin Electromancer, Izzet Guildmage, Shrewd Hatchling, Steamcore Weird. The 4 mana 1/3 deals 2 damage. It's kinda not so good. Izzet Chronarch, Jin Illuminatus was based, Galvanov was based. Being for upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. So based. Brainstorm Force Spike. Train of Thought, which is replicate the card. Reminisce, 3 mana. Target player shuffles his or her graveyard into his or her library. I guess it was supposed to be a hate card. Prophetic Bolt, Quicksilver Dagger, also not available. Overwhelming Intellect, that was it's a card. I think I cut this one. It seemed too expensive to me. Street Spasm. X times target creature or XX to each creature without flying. Alright, but that's gonna be it for today, bros. See you Monday. Probably. I will be going to Krakow today. I will be playing in the weekend tournaments in the Paprika's Open tournament, which is the local Polish tournament. And in the meanwhile, I hope you're going to have a nice time on twitch.tv watching other gamers. Yeah, of course, see you tomorrow if you're going to Paprika's. What are we going to see? Any raiders? Bros, a VTuber with an interesting model. Any second VTuber? Any third? Any fourth? So many. Any modern and pioneer gamers though? What's GG's life? I actually don't know. Wow, Moda is dead, I guess. This guy streams. I'm literally so few people streaming Moda. It is kinda dead. At this time of the day. Before Spike wakes up. See you Monday, bros.